If you're thinking about moving to Erie, Colorado, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 neighborhoods I think you should consider if you're thinking about moving to Erie. Let's get started. Hi there, Kristy Lee here, and I am a local real estate agent in the state of Colorado, but I actually do live in Erie, Colorado as well. If you're new to my channel, all of my videos are here to help you figure out where the best place to live is. If that's something that interests you, please click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. Now, as much as I love making these videos for you, I love hearing from you more. So there's my contact information. Please reach out to me anytime. All right, so today I'm going to be talking about Erie, Colorado in the top 5 neighborhoods I think you should consider moving to. Let's just jump right in. The very first one I think you should consider is Colliers Hill. Now, Colliers Hill is going to be located, pretty much actually north part of Erie. It's kind of centrally north. It's right off of Erie Parkway, and it's really close to the Erie High School and Soaring Heights, actually, which is kind of their middle school. It's pretty much their K through 8 school out here. Anyways, I really like Colliers Hill for many, many reasons. Colliers Hill has been around for about 10 years or so. Price point is pretty good. You could get a home anywhere between about the 600,000s up to about 1.5, again, depending on the size, if you're looking for a townhome, single family home, anything like that. There is a bunch of different builders out here in Colliers Hill. You're going to have Richmond Homes, Shea Homes, Boulder Creek, and I believe Century is out there as well. The reason why I love it is because it's pretty spread out. It's perfectly situated essentially on this kind of like hill, and it kind of looks like it's kind of like a little bit rolling. It's very pretty. The landscape out in Colliers Hill is phenomenal. They do a great job. You do have a great clubhouse and pool. I will say though, I find it to be a little bit small for the size of the neighborhood, so I am hoping they're going to be building another pool just because Colliers Hill is pretty large. But I do like that area because there's a lot of paths and trails and a lot of parks as well. There is actually like one of those ones that you could like exercise park, outdoor exercising. That's located in Colliers Hill as well. I do like the proximity off of Erie Parkway, so you could get right over to the highway pretty quickly, and you could actually get into downtown Erie within minutes, but you could also ride your bike into downtown Erie as well. So those are some of the reasons why I think Colliers Hill is great. I will say they are building apartment communities within Colliers Hill as well. So there's townhomes, there's single family homes, townhomes, and now there's going to be rentals. So apartments going to be in there too. So, you are going to have to, know that there's going to be renters, apartments, and the high school is located right there too. So I do want you to be aware of that if Colliers Hill is, on your list. Also, there is Richmond Homes actually has 2 versions out there. I want you to be aware of this because Richmond Seasons is their, the less expensive homes out of the Richmond collection. Those ones typically do not have basements. So if you're wanting something with a basement, it will be less expensive. It won't have a basement if you go to the Seasons. So do note that that is something that Colliers Hill definitely offers in their community. Right, next on the list, and my personal favorite, honestly, is going to be Westerly. Now, Westerly is going to have kind of a whole vibe of its own. It creates its entirely different lifestyle than one of your typical neighborhoods that you are going to see within, Colorado, but probably America in general. Westerly is going to be located actually very close to Colliers Hill. It's just right up the street, right off of Erie Parkway. And they're brand new. So they're brand new. They literally just opened 6 or 7 months ago, and there's 3 different builders in Westerly. You're going to have Brightland Homes, SLC Homes, and McStain Homes. And these are all going to be anywhere between about 600,000 up to about 1.8 million. The reason why I love these homes is because every single one of them is going to have a front patio. So they are really, really promoting pretty much Southern style type of living, front porches, people are, hanging out outside. One thing I will say about this community is that it is very tight. The lots are very small. So do note that. So if you're somebody who wants a lot of space between your neighbors, you are not going to get that at Westerly. The whole point within this community is going to be community. It's very community driven. So it has the amenities that they're actually currently building right now. You have a huge clubhouse with a gym. You have a huge pool. They're actually going to have retail within Westerly. So walking, you'll be able to walk to the coffee shop, brewery, pizzeria, yoga, things like that. You're going to be able to walk there within your own community. They are actually, you know, that's what they're promoting, is all of that stuff. They have monthly events. There's actually a monthly, like an events coordinator actually on staff that takes care of that for their residents. Eventually, Westerly is going to be being built behind the Erie High School. So Erie Parkway is, you know, obviously the street right there. They're actually going to be building an underpass to connect both communities. So you could walk there and not have to worry about, you know, getting on the road. You could drive a golf cart underneath. So they're really community driven. I will say most likely you're going to have views, but don't go there for views. You're just not going to go there for views. It will kind of feel maybe more or less like that fishbowl effect where you're in your backyard and people are all kind of there. Colliers Hill is kind of like that too, but this is even more just because it is very compact. It's very, they want it to kind of feel, they want you outside in the front. They want you to be talking to your neighbors. They want you to be participating in all of their events and their communities. They're going to have concerts and they have hammocks and parks, and they want that kind of thing. So that's the type of community that Westerly is. Very gorgeous. It's a, you know, a mind of its own. You have to just go there to experience it because it is really, really cool. But again, it's not for everybody. Okay, so number 3, if you are wanting views, and that is your main criteria, is you want something with a view, I would head over to Morgan Hill. Morgan Hill is going to be North Erie, so you're going to be just north of essentially Colliers Hill. There's 2 builders out there. There's going to be Century Homes and there's Lennar Homes. Now, it is built on top of essentially Morgan Hill. It's on top of a hill, so you're going to be overlooking all of the all of the Front Range. So it's absolutely gorgeous out there. It really, really is. If you're wanting something with a bigger lot size, I would stick more to the Century Homes. They have big lots. They really, really do. Lennar Homes is going to be pretty tight, just kind of like Morgan Hill or any of the ones in Westerly or any of the ones in Colliers Hill. Pretty tight. Lennar tends to build pretty tight, but the bigger lots are going to be Century. That being said, though, Century has had some issues, especially within the last few months, with cracking concrete, some foundational issues. So check with them first before you actually commit to any of their homes. See what they're doing about all these things for their current customers going forward. Morgan Hill is going to be great because they do have a pool. It's pretty small, but they do have a pool. They have a changing area. They don't actually have an active clubhouse like with a gym or anything like that. It's just kind of like a building to change in. But one thing that's cool about Morgan Hill is that they're actually going to be having a city park within its community. So it's going to have basketball courts. I believe pickleball is going to be out there. Maybe I heard there was going to be batting or baseball fields out there too. But it's all going to be kind of in the middle of this community. Now, that being said, it is not ran by Morgan Hill. It is ran by the city of Erie. So a matter of when that's going in, I'm not sure. That it's been talked about within the last year, but nothing is actively being built right now. There is small little pocket parks throughout that community as well. And another thing I do like about this community, as while it does feel a little bit more far out within Erie, it does feel definitely more rural. It's actually closer to downtown Erie. So if you're wanting to walk or ride your bike into town and, you know, grab a beer or ice cream or whatever, you're actually closer in Morgan Hill than some of the other communities I'm talking about, even though it feels a little bit more rural and a little bit more north. So that is, Morgan Hill is great, especially for the views. All right, so the fourth community I would recommend, mainly because a lot of people, when they move to Erie, they want to be in Boulder County. Boulder County in Erie is going to be a very small segment of Erie. But if you want to be in Boulder County, there is a brand new community going out. It's called Parkdale. Parkdale is literally brand new. They just started building. They just started selling homes. There's just a handful of people living there right now. But there is 3 builders out there. So you're going to have Richmond Homes, Century Homes, and of course Lennar. Lennar is taking over the world. So you have all 3 of those builders, all going to be right around the 600 to about 900 to $1 million price point, depending on which builder and which floor plan, of course. I do like this community a lot, mainly because, yes, Boulder County, so that's going to be Boulder Valley School District. So if that's something important to you, you're right there. You also going to be closer to Lafayette. So if you want to be near, you're going to be farther away from downtown Erie, but closer to downtown Lafayette. So again, depending on if it matters to you, I don't know. The biggest downfall I do find about this community is that it's brand new, it's huge, but it doesn't have any amenities, which is fascinating to me. It's going to have a little pocket parks, it's going to have your trails, it's going to have some views, but it will not have a pool, it will not have a clubhouse, it won't have anything like that. So you're going to get a good priced house for sure. You're going to have a brand new house, with all the warranties and all the bells and whistles, I'm sure, but you're not going to have all that other stuff. So I will say probably Boulder County in general, especially in the Erie area, lacks on the amenities. So if that's something that's important to you, Boulder County, those new communities out there is probably not going to be a best bet. However, this one is brand new. It's great. So if it doesn't matter to you, head on over there. It's a great option. And number 5 is going to be one of Erie's older communities, and that's called Vista Ridge. Vista Ridge has been established for roughly 20 plus years. It's going to definitely be one of the older ones. These homes are going to be more mature, obviously based off the age. The landscape is going to be more mature. Price point, you're looking anywhere about the 600s up to multi-millions, depending on where you're at. I mean, there's some absolutely gorgeous homes. Cool thing about Vista Ridge is you're going to be on the Colorado National Golf Course. So if you are a golfer or if you want a house on the course, Vista Ridge is where you're going to want to be. You also are going to be closer to Highway 7. So if you have the King Supers, you have restaurants, you have all of that stuff. It's all going to be closer over there. Vista Ridge also is very well known for its clubhouse and its amenities. So if that's something that's, again, very important to you, Vista Ridge is awesome. So when you go in there, you have the gym, you have a huge pool with slides and splash parks and things like that. But then they also have all of the events, painting classes and adult classes or whatever it might be. They have all of that stuff there. It is a huge, huge neighborhood. One thing I will say about Vista Ridge is they are definitely known for some settlement cracking, just because of the land or whatever, the dirt, Colorado soil. It's known for cracking in general, but Vista Ridge is a lot more, honestly, especially in Erie. So do note that if you're going to be looking at houses out in that area, make sure, whether you're with me or anybody else, that you are looking at the house as a whole and making sure that there's not excessive cracking all over the place. You're going to notice when you're driving around Vista Ridge, there's going to be cracking and, fixing of the roads. You're going to see it all over the place. That's just what it's known for out there. Honestly, it is what it is. Unless it's completely excessive, I would probably stay away from that house. But for the most part, they're all in good condition. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But I do want you to be aware of it. The actual area itself is phenomenal. There's just so much to offer in Vista Ridge, but it is older. So if you are looking for something more of that mature feel, mature trees, definitely mature homes, then that is where you're going to want to be. So those are going to be the top 5 in Erie that I highly recommend. Please reach out to me anytime if you have any questions about any of these 5 or any of the other ones, there's plenty of other ones I haven't even mentioned to you. Erie is growing like crazy, so there's even more new builds that are taking place here in the next few years. So reach out to me anytime. I'd love to hear from you. And to the next video, take care.